All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so this is a TTS top 8 matchup between Lukas Schiek of East Coast USA and a gentleman by the name of, at least on an internet profile, Diomlord, coming out of MCP Italy. So Europeans with a good showing. This is Diomlord's roster right here. He's running a fairly standard looking Thanos Guardians of the Galaxy with a few kind of changes. One, he's not running the Mystique, and there's a Ronin in there, which is really interesting. To do without Mystique, but Winter Soldier's there, so that's going to help out a bunch. There's going to be a lot of Thanos, Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, and on the flip side of that, we've got Lukas Schiek, which is running a really interesting Xmen Cabal mishmash. In my experience in seeing this, the Cabal list, it likes to come out at the lower threats or on some of the more brawly stuff, while we have the Xmen coming out on the pay-to-flips and other items. So, really, really interesting rosters. So it looks like we've not quite yet had a priority roll. I'm going to go over and make sure that my recording's working, so you might get a little bit of feedback as I kind of test myself.
There's enough hot takes out there.
Yeah.
Takes out there.
Barncat is streaming. Barncat is streaming. Barncat is streaming. Cool. So good to go. Since we got the reverberating voice. Just that old gentleman here shoot me a holler. Don't quite have the timer set up. Looks like they're just kind of going over each other's rosters. So I've played against essentially Lucas's roster before, and it was a bit of a disaster for me. I did not fare well. So but I'm running more of a traditional Guardians of the Galaxy, whereas that is just not the case for these Thanos versions, right? So either way, the list presents just two completely disparate and really interesting options, and it's, in my opinion, a little bit more versatile as far as from a list building standpoint and from a specialization standpoint is what this now kind of becoming really popular Thanos and Guardians of the Galaxy look, which again is looking at the space reality. I gotta say, I've played a fair amount of Thanos, and I've played a fair amount of them in Guardians of the Galaxy even. And I don't know if space reality is my favorite, probably because I don't know how to play it too well. But that's, like I said, probably more of a me thing. But the reason I bring that up is because I think it'd be nice to see some more of the old space mind or even a power mind Thanos. I think has a lot of legs in this Guardians list, and not necessarily losing the restricted slots. So looks like my partner Blair is joining me. Let's see if we can get him in. Welcome, Blair. We are actually already live. How is your day going, sir?
It's going all right. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. So Blair's going to be pulling a little bit of double duty for this one. He's on the Accuser Dutes as well. So if he needs to jump out in order to save these reckless savages from themselves, then that might be a thing that he does. Yeah, I was thinking that I might have had different commentary lined up, but like an idiot, I for some reason assumed that this was 7 p.m. PST, and not quite thinking that maybe the East Coast player and the European player are not playing on Pacific Standard Time. So I kind of threw myself for a bit of a loop there.
Well, thankfully, you're available to stream it anyway.
I mean, like available is kind of my MO these days, I guess. But I digress. Yeah, it's. Have you had a chance to take a look at of the rosters, Blair? But Diomlord is running a Thanos Guardians of the Galaxy space reality. No Mystique though, but he does have a Ronin. He's got Gamora, Winter Soldier. On the flip side of it, you've got Lukas Schiek, who's running an Xmen Cabal list. Played against it a few weeks ago, and I just had fits with it as far as figuring out how to deal with it. But I don't know if Space Reality Thanos is going to have the same issues. But that great little core of Mystique, but Mystique, Malekith, and Red Skull at 15 is a real factor in this list that Lukas is bringing. And he has both Sword and Researcher. So if he loses priority, he's going to have a 33% chance of landing at that magical 15 on crises that, that 15 squad of his can just be frankly exceptional at. He's probably bringing a full selection of pay-to-flips. Sure enough, Mutant Madman, Portals, and Sword. So, with that X-Men flavor, it could be pretty interesting to see how well that the Thanos team is gonna handle those.
They're asking in TTS if you're ready.
Oh yeah, born ready. I didn't even see that.
This is the first day I haven't had Little League stuff since last Thursday, dude.
So Blair's doing his first season of Little League baseball coaching. For anybody wondering, it doesn't sound like an awesome time.
It could be worse, but
so it looks like Diomlord is one prio, and it looks like what did he opt for? So he opted to take his secures, and so we've got a choice of either 16 or 20. Now this is on a D shape with Cosmic Invasion, and I got to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm a Guardians player if I like that crisis. I don't like D shapes with Guardians. They feel bad. You end up with too much of your team, or you're too much of your attrition just sitting around potentially doing nothing. And for the models that you have sitting around doing nothing back there, they're not particularly mobile, and they die very easily if someone decides to come over there. It's almost like you'd be better off having a Jonathan the Unstoppable token back there, because at least it's not taking away a threat level, like Rocket, for example.
And this is a setup where mobility is key.
Yeah.
Because, this is about the most displace-heavy setup you can get. There's 4 extracts, 4 secures, and they all potentially push. So, this is one where if you've got some mobile characters, definitely don't want to leave them at home here.
I think.
Do you know if they picked 16 or 20?
I don't know. I would assume if it were me, and I were Lukas, I'd probably just try to put him at a high threat. to stretch out that Guardians team. Because I don't think that they're gonna like it. They're gonna have to leave models on the back points, and Thanos is not gonna be able to help everybody. And honestly, I think there's just a really strong possibility Lukas comes out with the Xmen team. So, plus, if you play at 16, that gives you the kind of dream list for this Thanos team of Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, and Thanos at 16. He has Ronan, I believe, Bill, and Gamora available to him. Just let me double check that real quick. Whoops. But I think it was, Bill, Ronan, and Gamora.
I don't know that Thanos, Rocket, Groot, and Star-Lord is the dream against X-Men.
I don't think so either. I think
that deadly duo is real sad. I think if you have an ability to pivot somewhere else.
It's his best list on, with this team though. And I think it's a major point of comfortability with a lot of those guys that are running this. But I agree. I think this could potentially, in my opinion, I think X-Men are going to be very well equipped to do well with this particular crisis setup. Alright, so that's Dunford, excuse me, Diomlord. What's his other 4 threats? So yeah, Gamora, Ronan, and Beta Ray Bill. If I had to pick from that list, I personally would probably choose Gamora. She's just... I think she's actually pretty good into X-Men. I know, in my opinion, I think Bill is probably their best character at 4 threat and just a really integral member of the team. But it's just not quite the best matchup for him. He's can tend to be a little bit plotting sometimes. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I am surprised to see Malekith come out, though. Red Skull, Domino. That's an interesting list.
Look at that. It's Malekith, Xmen, but...
Yeah. Yep, that's really
interesting. And he did bring Badger, but no Jonathan. Did he have it in his 10?
Well, I mean, if you've got the grunts, do you really need Jonathan?
I suppose not.
And so, as I predicted here, Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, Thanos, but Bill, not Gamora. It's just these, the space reality folks, they love that Core 16. I think the threat of X-Men is probably too great here, but it's still so good and so comfortable. But on a D shape, I think it can be pretty miserable. I do not like Rocket and Groot on D shapes. They're going to need to probably go over to a flank immediately, but it looks like Diomlord is opting to start out by putting Groot in the middle. If the goal there is to have Rocket and Groot sit on the back point, that's 5 threat of your team just sitting in the back. And maybe scoring 1 or 2 points around, but not really contributing in any other ways, potentially, as Lukas might opt to just clear the sides.
So Lukas, he plays Malekith, real quick. He's certainly got a plan for him there. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing he's going to storm hop with Malekith off somebody. Sitting Badger right behind him is also kind of an interesting deployment. I'm not really sure what he's going for here, but I feel like he's practiced this before because he is putting them out real fast.
Well, let's see here. Any eyes on the prize? Just advanced R&D. Fall back to me, my Xmen brace.
I think his plan is to storm hop with Malekith, R&D him the third power for ferocity, and then just dunk on someone and daze him immediately. Maybe,
or he could just storm hop off of him and go up, grab the opponent's scroll, and then back up.
I think that'd be a waste of an activation, because even if you get that scroll and get out, like,
yeah,
because you still gotta fight for the two flanks. So now, if your seventh threat is not contesting them, I mean, you really just have to give those two up at that point, and you're gonna be down on points anyway.
I'm surprised to not see a Logan out here. I think there's a guy that really does well on D shapes. You just put him out on a side and
for
let
sure.
him go work.
I
mean, I like what he's doing here with Red Skull.
And who's got Prio again?
Diomlord.
Okay.
Guardians team.
So I would have thought that Lukas would have held Malekith back to wait and see where Thanos deploys, but I'm thinking he's banking that Thanos is just going to deploy middle.
Yeah,
because that's what he always does. Yeah, so
I mean, Thanos needs to be in the middle on this in this Guardians team. They are so
when you get to like when you see like more experienced players like this, generally they like to make like more exotic plays and just run up and smash. But I mean, if it was me, I'm going last with Malekith. I'm saving that storm hop for him. I'm R&Ding him a power, and I'm just going right at Thanos. That would be my plan.
Yeah, or Rocket and Groot. I mean, there's a really good chance of potentially having them just be completely killed off before they can get off Deadly Duo or do anything. But yeah, I think the smart thing would just be to go as hard as you possibly can into Thanos immediately.
Yeah, I don't think that Lukas is really that scared of Duo. I think he's more worried about Thanos just displacing everyone at the end of the round and denying all those points.
Well, I mean, he essentially has 6 characters to work the secure game because of that grunt.
Yeah, but again, if Thanos goes last, it doesn't matter.
Well, Thanos won't be going last.
Unless, I mean, they might not on turn 1 here, but Prowl can certainly flip at any point.
All right. So it looks like Diomlord is opting to take up Star-Lord. Looks like he's going to move him up, just double move him over here onto this right flank. That is directly across from a Domino.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive right off the rip.
It is. But he doesn't... I mean, he's got Bill. VR Groot, Deadly Duo, Recal, Fallback, Escort to Safety.
And he's going to grab the scroll, too. That's really aggressive. A push here could be trouble for old Starry Lord.
Yeah, especially because he didn't line him up directly behind that dumpster.
He didn't front stop that dumpster.
It's a 2 hits and a wild.
That is
two
a push,
hits and a
look at
blink.
that.
Yeah, so...
I don't think Domino can hit him, but he could double move with Badger and just storm hop with Domino.
And then get a rapid fire in.
Although, Diam does have fallback, so you probably wouldn't get both shots. But you could force at least force him to burn.
Star-Lord is currently on 0 power, so I mean, there's a good chance he gets off probably 2 to 3 shots of a rapid fire.
And fallback breaks up the rapid fire too. So if he takes 2, but it's before damage though, so Domino would get both attacks off. Well, I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's looking.
He's measuring it out, or maybe he's seeing if Badger can get there to do the -1 defense to. Star-Lord too. I don't think he's gonna get that far.
No, no,
But
no.
he might just storm off his Domino right here.
Well, one
They're
dice.
pointing.
So Malekith
Oh,
is picking up using the size 5.
no. They that triggers during the power phase. The cosmic.
Yeah. Sorry,
So they
he was
and
contesting it. Yeah.
yes. Maybe. Oh, that's why he backstopped with. That's why he did Badger right there to backstop Malekith in case that happens.
Hey, look at that. We're paying attention to the crisis now.
But I think Lucas put Malekith intentionally there, just hoping that he got the 1 out of 4 and got the power. Because now Malekith can really cause some havoc. And look at this. He's like already moved up, and he's got 4 power
Well, yeah, it's
for a
gained 2
ferocity
power.
plus 1 failure explosion. Like, any one of these next 4 characters that Diom hasn't activated yet is just going to get absolutely smashed if they hang out there at the midline.
I don't even know that he can go for one of those center extracts right now. I think it's completely... It's a non-starter form. I would not even touch the things. Because if he comes up with Rocket or Groot, they're not going to be able to score the back point. If he comes up with Thanos, he's going to get annihilated. I mean, maybe annihilated is not the right word, but he's definitely going to take some shots. I think the easiest move here for Lucas is to do that Badger thing and see if he can set up Domino. I mean, he could just throw the grenade and
That's what he's going to do.
move
He's
in
just
close.
going to grenade and then probably just walk it up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna go with the grenade bounce there. Not a very good roll offensively. Star-Lord's gonna go plucky attitude. Block 1. Yeah, interesting.
I'm actually okay with that because if he had rapid fired him, he would have powered Star-Lord up. This way he keeps him power starved.
Why is he so worried about the range too, though? Keeps looking at
Yeah. That is a good question. That I'm not sure about.
I guess it's the cover, which I guess is kind of an obvious answer because he's running Storm.
Oh. Yeah. You see that big cat and you think that's... But no. It's the Xmen leadership. Xmen Gold.
I'm still surprised you didn't go with Bill right out from the beginning. I don't really think Bill has anything to lose by going over there. Yeah, if you're Diomlord and you're looking at this and it's not very appealing right now.
That cat is just like licking its lips like, come on,
Groot, yeah.
Let me feast. Let me feast on you.
And he's going to potentially be able to throw him back into his team there. You got to try to get on the other side of that tractor as much as possible to see how much of that throw you can break up.
Imagine if Groot gets pushed here now. I mean, it's not going to matter really anyway.
Well,
but...
what's the range on escort to safety?
No.
Within 3. Okay.
Ooh. That's close for Thanos.
I guarantee you he's out. He looks out.
It looks like it's out, but it's close. He gets pushed.
Oh, he got pushed. Oh, brutal. So you need a crit or a wild on the physical defense. Groot rolled 4, so he had better than 50%. And that is just a nightmare right there for Groot. You'll see a charge in from Malekith here. He throws him backwards to Storm. She's going to shoot him. Groot might never even get an activation this game. And he's just going to walk up with Badger to top it all off.
I mean, he might not, but yeah, he's got all the options available to him at this point.
I mean, I feel like you got to get. I go with, Malekith now. That way, Thanos can't come up and, cosmic portal him out of there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You just throw him backwards into your line and just tear him up. Yep, 3 for ferocity. It's gonna pop over to the other side of the scroll there at range 2, probably trying to keep himself as far away from Thanos as possible. So as you had mentioned, Blair, he gained 2 power from that cosmic roll. So he's going to be able to explode a crit off of his failure if he wants to or needs to. And he definitely is going to. So that'll be 3 crits for Malekith there to roll in. Groot rolling very good defense for only having 2 dice. So Malekith is going to be 5, 6 with a pierce. So that'll be 5 into Groot. Plus the throw here. And again, these Thanos teams do not have any restricted cards, so there's no brace, no indomitable. So he's going to take another damage from going into that truck. And yeah, he's just going to... I'd be shocked if he's allowed to live through this. Yep, so Malekith's just going to go into him again. Or, excuse me, he's got to roll for the core. He did get a wild, so he's not getting pushed away. Boy, that was a bit of a gamble, because if he did get pushed away,
I mean, he saw the move available to him, so I don't think he still would have been more or less okay, but...
Why didn't you just attack him again?
I think he just doesn't want to get sucked in by Thanos, is all it is. He figures it's only 1 more damage to Groot. The Storm or Badger should be able to finish him off pretty easily.
Yeah, Storm can actually just sit there without even moving.
But if Storm whiffs, it would be a fallback, and you might see Thanos portal him out.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to be able to get within range to pull Groot out. It's just he's not going to get him back very far. One thought I think that's something that should be really considered here if you're Thanos is, come up, Cosmic Portal Groot, and then Space Gem Groot out of there.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, you're not going to get any attacks. You're not going to generate any power if you're Thanos. And it's just going to leave, the rest of this team kind of itching for what they really need, which is Thanos having power for Death's Decree and other things.
But he still is going to go pretty early in round 2. So I think I like that play. Just pull him out, the double pull out, and then because Star-Lord's still got that scroll, so you're still gonna See, I'm not crazy about this.
Yeah.
Because now you're presenting a target to Red Skull, and Red Skull hits hard. And I know you got winging it in reality, but if Red Skull gets this advance, that
So maybe this is
Yeah.
the thought here, is that if by doing this you're taking Groot and you can put him out of line of sight. If he would have,
it's not out of line of sight. He does have cover, but
what size is that? Oh yeah, it's only size 3. Okay. For some reason I thought that was a size 4, but the only size 4 on this map is that I don't know,
Radio
oil
tower.
cell phone tower looking thing. All right, so Groot's playing We Are Groot to heal himself.
Man, I don't know about that. I think I would like. Look, you want to go after him and daze him? Fine.
All right, Thanos rolling for his scroll.
Oh God,
Pushed again. That's just insane.
that's really bad luck.
He's been pushed every time.
And now Red Skull's gonna get 2 attacks into him.
Yep.
Or did Thanos use space yet?
Yeah, he did to get up onto the point.
Wow.
I don't know why, because I guess he has this extra action left.
He
and
does?
now
Okay.
he can back out.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the play here.
Just move back up onto the point. But again, you're looking at Thanos, and he's going to be ending this round on 0 power. So it's not the start
Potentially.
you want
I mean,
for him.
if Red Skull attacks him, he'll generate a couple. But you're right, spending that 2 for Portal. If he just like walked onto the back vault and just sat there, he would have had the 3 power for Escort. So he could have Space Jammed Groot back the same way he did, and then if they went after him, he could have just escorted him out of there. But this attack from Storm might whiff. It's going to be 4-on-2 with cover. And if it does, I think you'll certainly see a fallback play here from Groot.
I wonder what he's saving the hop for.
Yeah, I also wonder that.
Probably off of the grunts.
I don't think that's going to matter, though. I don't think Red Skull would get within range 3 of Thanos. Although, the grunts do activate first, so you could walk the grunts up to within
Right.
2, and then he would get there.
So there it is from Storm. She
That will not
completely
do it.
blanked out.
So now do you fall back?
I mean, he is holding an extract, so
He is holding. He has scored 1 point currently, so that is more incentive to keep him alive. And you've already burned We Are Groot.
well, and he's already broken parity on the extract scoring, right? So at this point, this is going to force Magic Nick to have to go into him.
Wait, Lucas?
Or, excuse me, yeah, Lucas. They're all from that scene up there. Now, I know I get a lot of crap for being a hyper-aggressive player, but maybe this is why you hit Malekith and kill Groot when you have the opportunity to.
Yeah. You're not wrong. So he elected not to fall back.
It creates so many opportunities for your opponent to do things, and even if you just take a look at Diomlord's TTCs, he's got a lot of tech to be able to get his team out of trouble.
Yeah, it's like all defensive except for Deadly Duo.
I mean, it might explain why he was playing the the extracts so aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why he's bringing Bill, is that if, he can basically break parity on the extracts, put Bill up on one of the flanks to try to hold it, and get Star-Lord way the hell out of dodge. If he scores even on a back extract and a flank extract with Bill, then his opponent's going to have to play into him still. And there'll be one model down. So that could be the strategy with Bill here, but yeah, so it looks like the grunts are going to move up right out to the edge of range 2. And here's where you'll see the Storm Hop. Looks like they're going to pop a shot into Thanos?
Into Groot.
Oh, into Groot. Okay.
They got two. Groot will block it.
Groot's blocked it already. So this hop, in my opinion, is going to make it possible for a double tap. And then here comes your fallback.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's like once he saw what was coming, it's like, okay, I'll go ahead and fall back now. But Thanos will still eat a double tap if Dion wants to go that route, or if Lucas wants to go that route.
Yeah, it's definitely there. Now the question is does he take the damage to get the blanks online? He'll already have it automatically once he does his attack, right? So probably no need for it. But
He's gonna do it.
Looks like he did.
Ooh, 3 skulls. Ouch. But Thanos blocks us. He's gonna wing too.
I wouldn't burn that wing in it now.
So he will take 1.
I'll take 0.
No, the blank counts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, take 1. Yeah, I guess it's,
Skull's gonna do the exact same thing.
Yep.
Got 1 failure, 1 crit. That's not bad. That's 5.
Yeah.
Thanos will take 3.
So that's where the wing in it, I think, could have been used a little better. You try to use it to bring the spikes down, especially from a model like Red Skull that's going to bring those.
Red Skull, man. And he got the trigger. He was going to walk back.
Yeah, because he can just hop up off of the...
Well, I guess... I mean, you can get pulled in anyway. But
sure,
I guess
but
walking on the vault would have done nothing because Bill and Thanos are both on it, so might as well just get back.
Yep, exactly. And if he wants to get back to that position, you just place the grunts and hop off him again. He's a really interesting piece under Storm's leadership.
Yes, absolutely. You see the value of it. Because that's the one thing, is like, if no one's in range of him when he activates, he feels a little but yeah, you just use those troopers to get him where he needs to go, and double taps.
Typically, the way that I've dealt with him a lot in the past is just to control him, and make it so he's only getting 1 attack in per round, and at that point he's really manageable, and then you just go all into him. So we've got scoring. Lucas is coming out here with only 2. And due to the really aggressive extract play, Diomlord's come out and scored 5.
It really felt like Lucas won that round, but...
Yeah, I mean, he had some things really go his way. All those pushes off of those extract grabs, having Groot being all the way over on the other side of the table, and... one of the things that you do have to be cognizant of is that he has burnt 2 TTCs already.
Yes.
And so, sometimes that doesn't always factor in when you're kind of looking at the score as it is, but I do like the extract parity that he has established for himself.
Whenever I'm playing, like, that is absolutely one thing, like, I try, whenever, like, I'm
So
I
Bill
had to
has
use
been
more.
pushed, but it looks like he's going to collide there with that terrain.
I think he did clip it.
Yeah. I think his opponent is correctly identifying that.
But I know he was on one life, but I think Diom is gonna live to regret that we are group play. I think if he had saved it, he would have been able to heal 2 off Thanos. That would have been pretty huge.
Alright, so we got Rocket rolling for his portal. Got a crit. So he will get pushed.
Man, all the pushes
Yeah,
happened.
he has not had any luck with these.
I know he's like 5 for 5 now.
I mean, he's done pretty well on some of the defensive roles. I mean, or as well as could be expected. So now we got Storm resolving hers.
A Malekith push here would be huge.
And she will be pushed.
No, that was Malekith.
Oh, was that Malekith?
Well, that's huge for Diom. He needed that.
Yep.
Because now Malekith's gonna have to turn an action to move. Unless he Storm hops. You might just walk back Storm right here just to let Malekith hop off her.
Well, unless she rolls for the portal and gets pushed.
No, she already did.
Oh, did she?
So
Okay.
so that was everyone.
Alright, so over to Diomlord. An interesting power phase. So I guess the 2 questions that you're going to have is, do you feel comfortable with Thanos going up against Red Skull right now? Or do you feel comfortable with Star-Lord going up against Domino while incinerated and having no fallback? There are 2 sides of the board on each flank that he, in my opinion, has got to be concerned with.
It's very true. I mean, yeah,
I think
one
whichever
doesn't.
way he goes is you're
Yeah.
probably going to look at a dead model.
Yeah.
And that's, you lose that fallback, and it's that TTC
Although-
stuff.
Bill has.
So this is a 5 into
escort.
3, so I believe that's going to be Star-Lord into Domino.
Bill does have escort online, but I don't know that he could pull him far enough away from Red Skull. So with Star-Lord and Domino.
Yep.
Got 3.
Can't explode the crit?
See, yeah. I don't like this.
No.
Well, I don't know. You're not going to daze her. It's like, yeah, you can hit and run and get back to the point, get in cover, or just... You should be able to get out of range, but...
Yeah, so
he's
here
not
comes
gonna
your hit
daze
and
her.
run. No, there's no way.
And that's the difference. Is Thanos probably would have dazed Red Skull, I think.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean, it's 6 on 4.
6 on 4 with reality and winging it, and plus, if you get a wild, it's a throw.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, he does have brace, but he probably wouldn't waste it on that.
I mean, he certainly had better odds to daze Red Skull than he did Domino there.
Yeah, so if you're Domino, you've got all the time in the world. You just save this activation. I don't think Rocket is much of a concern. He checked the range on that, and he's fine. So yeah, now you got to go with Red Skull. Move the troopers. Because he can already hop off of Badger, right? So he can move the troopers in to range of Groot. He just has to make sure that he doesn't body block himself by jumping off of the off of Badger there.
But the thing that Lukas has to be cognizant of is try to get as close to Thanos as you can. Because Escort is online with Bill.
I think he's only going to get within range to do one attack, to be honest with you. And then he's just going to have to hope for the trigger to be able to just close the range, the gap on him the second time. But he's looking at it right now, where if he moves those troopers up there and puts them kind of base to base with Badger, it looks like he might be able to hop off of them, and so that will get him actually closer. Yep. That's well done right there. Opponent's going to make another check, because he knew that was going to be pretty tight. So we got the troopers going into Groot. Troopers coming in for 3. Groot's only blocking 1, so he'll take 2. There he is, right back on 1 health.
Ooh.
I think I like your idea of just getting as close as absolutely possible.
That's probably close enough. Groot can't pull him, I don't think, because of the barrels. I don't think Beta can pull him out of range. So I don't know that you're allowed. I'm not positive.
What, to pre-measure?
Hyper told me one time you can't like pre-measure these like push pulls, but I was never able to confirm it.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Ooh, that is really close. He's going for it. I think it gets him out.
Well, if he placed a little bit more, I guess, off of the troopers.
Yeah, if he had placed closer.
Yeah.
That's just got out. That's huge.
So with the wording on Blitz Strike, it just says next time you make an attack, you count blanks. Is that correct?
That's the wording, but like it's not exactly. It's like Glaive's Edge. It's not exactly like the next time you do it. It's like you spend power like after you declare like the target of your attack. So he would not get it for this attack. Because basically it's like it's stapled to the attack.
Yeah.
So once the attack is canceled, it goes away as well.
So what Red Skull has done there is he just used his superpower to generate power for himself by taking a damage. And he's going into Groot. And that is definitely going to daze Groot. This all goes back to just, could have just killed him with Malekith and been over, could have been done with all this.
Yeah, but then, Malekith gets pulled in by Thanos, and you go down a whole different path, so, but you're right.
But he gets attacked, twice?
He gets attacked twice, he potentially gets thrown once or twice. Rocket can then have a go at him.
Who else is doing the throw?
Malekith Thanos throws off his builder.
Yeah, but he's not going to get thrown twice.
He might. It's 6 dice with winging it and reality.
I don't think Thanos reaches him. Even if he
I think he would have. Oh, he wouldn't have. You're right. He probably wouldn't have attacked him twice. I'd have to go back and look.
He only would have got one attack in.
He probably would have only got one attack off.
And then
but he could have thrown him towards Rocket and then let Rocket double attack him. So
I mean, he's got his own fallback, though.
After the throw, he could have. What was the throw trigger?
The throw, actually, I believe,
Throw's
triggers
also
before damage is dealt.
Also before damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, after the throw, he could have walked.
Storm taking a look into Rocket there. Honey Badger doing typical Honey Badger stuff, which, for all I can tell, is nothing.
So Dion must have passed. I guess, yeah, he felt Badger wasn't really threatening Malekith. Felt like all his guys were in a pretty good spot, so gonna make Storm walk up and make an attack.
Not an attack, she's just picking up the core.
Pick up the core. And she got
pushed
too.
Yeah, she is going to be doing everything she can to get out of there. Diomlord measuring out at a range 4, which is not going to be able to hit Storm.
Not even gonna think about it. Just immediately run back, run away. So, who do you pick on here if you're Thanos? Ooh,
I think if I'm Rocket, but the problem is he's going to be going into 5 dice there. Crazier things have happened. Yeah, 5 with cover, and yeah, I don't know how good that feels if you're Rocket. Boy, it's too bad Bill doesn't have an extract on him, because I feel like this round, and potentially at least half of the next round, he's going to be relegated to sitting on that secure. And, for 2 rounds, it'll only be 2 points for Bill. And honestly, if you put an extract on him and just let him sit there, and now he's scoring 2 points a round instead of 1, I think that feels a lot better.
A lot better. Oh yeah, I question whether Cosmic Invasion Scrolls is the best setup for him.
I think that Cosmic Invasion and Scrolls is fine for him if he gets his hands on an extract.
Yeah, because then he's just getting pinballed around and he doesn't really care because he's a tanky boy. He's like, it's fine.
Yeah, and he's scoring 2 points around. I mean,
yeah.
You've heard me talk about this a lot, but part of the reason that Toad's so great is because, if you get a 2-threat scoring 1 point around, even if he just sits in the back and does nothing else, you're getting great value out of it. If you've got a 3-threat scoring a point around, it kind of depends on what sort of a list you're running and what sort of a 3-threat it is, right? Now, if you got a 3-threat scoring 2 points around, I mean, that's fantastic, right? But if you've got a 4-threat that's only scoring 1 point around, I just don't think it's ever worth it.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah, if that's all they're doing is just sitting around and scoring 1 point around, then I just don't think it's ever worth it. So, in my playbook, I want my 4-threats to be scoring at least 2 points or more around, or getting really good and solid action economy. So Thanos is going to take a medium move.
I don't think he needed to do that. I guess he's saving the space hop for something, but I would have space hopped and then portaled someone in. Is this even going to get Storm into range of him?
I mean, not within range 2.
Oh, is he gonna booby traps her? Okay, maybe.
No, he's looking at Rocket because you have to get within range 3 of her stealth.
Yeah, he could also booby traps though, if he felt so inclined.
I think I probably would have gone after Red Skull and taken more of a direct route into him. So yeah, Rocket is going to booby trap it. This typically will do 1.
There you go.
And she'll take 1. I've had mutant absorptions just go crazy, right? And I get that that's hit crit wild, but I've had those go off for like 4 or 5, and those are nuts. I don't think I've ever had a booby trap do more than 2 damage. It just doesn't seem to happen.
Thanos is gonna spend her. Oof. Explode 2 crits. Do you recal this? That's 5 hits. Well, I don't think you need to.
Yeah, 5
You got
hits.
the 5. No, that'll get her. Oh no, she's got cover.
Yeah, she does have cover.
Got her. Got just enough.
And he doesn't have
Ooh, Luke's gonna fall back before damage dealt. Interesting.
yeah, it's gonna force Rocket or somebody to have to walk over and grab the thing.
Yep. You see this a lot with guys. They play fallback to deny the extract.
Yeah, from being able to be
Another reason why that card is just so good.
It's a lot more versatile than people give it credit for. I mean, I've been running it for like 6 months now, but it's basically just been my... If I'm running up with Star-Lord early because I want to try to grab an extract, then I'm running away using that card. So yeah, you can have it right where I used to be. I think he's going to realize really quick that Thanos isn't going to reach this. I mean, he might if he space gems, but it's going to have to be directly towards him.
Space Jam should get in there, but yeah, I think he'd be fine to do that. But I think the concern is, well, God, so much to consider. Because thinking about who am I going to portal, I don't think porting Red Skull does a whole lot. If you're going to portal him, you got to make sure no one's within 2 of him. But again, not really going to matter because troopers will just move to within 2 of him.
I'm going to be really interested to see if Lukas gets any mileage out of Badger at some point.
Yeah, she's... First activation, she effectively did nothing. And now his one heavy hitter is gone. His other domino hits pretty hard. She's on the other side of the map. Still got Malekith. What do you do as Badger here? You'd love to get her right next to Thanos. Because not only can you, like, save Storm from getting smashed, but that -1 agility is huge on him. I call it agility. That's what we call it in X-Wings. Sorry.
So you're just going to opt a gem away. Which, oh, that's right. He can't pick up the scroll because he's already carrying one.
Oh, yep.
I'm so bad at this game.
What's old Mal gonna do? Gonna go after Rocket?
You know, if I'm Malekith here, I'd probably just save the activation. I'd check Domino. Yep. I would check Domino and see if she might be able to double move over there. But then, you know, you end up with that situation where you leave Star-Lord to sit around and score 2 points. So right now is looking like the time where let's just get rid of Star-Lord. He's already incinerated.
I mean, this probably won't get rid of him, the pistols. It's just one attack.
Well, it's a rapid fire.
So,
And he can't explode crits.
but he's got winging it. He's got plucky. I mean, he should block one on both. So she'd have to get like 4 off both these attacks. And I mean, as someone who's played a lot of Dom, I can tell you, like, she can whip on these rapid fires pretty frequently.
I believe in Domino. Alright, there's a crit. Star-Lord can't re-roll anything because he rolled a failure. Domino got 2 in on Star-Lord. Comes a rapid fire. Crit. Star-Lord rolled a failure and a blank, so he can re-roll that using Plucky.
Hey.
And a block. So he'll take another 2. But I think that's about what you would expect off of that. Now, I was being
I think it's about the average.
little bit greedy, but again, it just, what do you do with Star-Lord going into the next round? And did Domino, yep, so Domino is contesting that point, so that's the real big thing. Now,
But,
Rocket being the size that he is, yep, he's not going to be able to get directly over that tractor. Now, I don't think he's going to reach that point with it being the way it is. I think his base is too small. So he might just have to double move to get it. And that's going to leave him out there to get killed by Malekith.
I mean, I don't even think I would go for it, because I would just get him out of there, I think, if it was me. Because, like, you look at, like, Bill, Thanos, Star-Lord. Can Mal get to any of them? I don't think so. Maybe Star-Lord. Certainly not getting to the other 2.
He can't get to anybody. And so there is a serious part of me that says, you know what, if you want to walk up with your 7-threat model and just pick up an extract, I'm fine with that. If that's what you spend your entire turn doing.
He can't either. He's holding one as well.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So yeah, just leave it there.
Rocket shot someone and whiffed. I think I just move on to the back vault if I'm Rocket.
The only person that he could reach was Domino.
He didn't have a shot at the troopers? Okay. Yeah. I just go chill in the vault, make sure I'm within range 2 of Groot. Plan for next turn.
No, it's because he rolled 3 defensive dice.
Okay. I mean, yeah, because with Mal, I mean, you're just walking onto the vault here, is all you're doing. There's really, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else you can do.
Comes the badger. That's my badger noises.
Have you ever heard what a badger sounds like in real life?
I assume that was exactly what it sounds like in real life.
I actually haven't heard one myself, so you could be right.
A badger is a mustelid. It is in the Wolverine family of pissed off rodents or rodent type things. Yeah, so there's no point, in my opinion, in walking Badger over there because Bill's just going to be able to hit her. So
He's got him. He's gonna go chill next to Thanos. How you doing, Big Daddy?
I mean, that's the play right there, because now that she's there, I mean, Thanos is going to have to waste a cosmic portal or waste his time hitting her. I feel like this game's going to end up becoming really close once Malekith gets back into the fray.
Was Red Skull? Did he get? He got teleported. He got portaled there by Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay, that was smart because now Bill will have a chance to swing on him, and might even be able to throw that truck into him.
It's a 6-on. Be a 6-on-5. Because I don't think he's going to reach range 2. Well,
it's close.
I don't think he's going to reach range 2 of... boy, I wish I could put a measurement tool out there and look at this.
He'll reach range 2 of Red Skull. Can he reach range 2 of the truck? Because
if he can reach Red Skull, he can probably reach the truck. But he's going to have to angle it at the absolute end of that piece.
I think he's
so
there.
What you got to do is you got to take that movement tool and you got to angle it a little bit more. Yeah. But yeah, he's off the point now. Nope, he's on the point. I mean, your opponent's got brace. That's probably the biggest terrain that exists right now. Besides Malekith.
That's the other thing, is that Thanos and Bill can both throw Malekith.
Well, I mean, I get that, but part of me says that because my opponent doesn't have any terrain throws, I can just save that. And why not just throw, Red Skull medium backwards? I just don't know what damaging him accomplishes here. He's not scoring points.
I agree, it's not going to do much. Well, now he certainly won't damage him, but I still think, even with the medium throw, I still think Troopers just walk back, hop, and he's within 3 of Bill anyway. This was a little... Dude, that was a mistake, I think. He's got no power, and I think Mal can reach him. Oh, yeah. That was a mistake.
And now it's going to cost him the point that he was working to get. Yeah. And he didn't make an attack onto...
It probably won't cost him a point. Well,
no, Malik is going to throw him off of it.
But he does have aggressive, so it kind of depends on where he throws him exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a short throw, so he should be able to get back.
Okay, Malekith coming in for 2 crits. Bill blocking 1
Got
so
the
far.
wild.
Got the wild.
That's going to daze him, dude. Didn't have the power to reduce.
Didn't have the power to reduce, so... got Winging It coming in.
Oh, it does have Winging It. Can the Winging It save him? It cannot.
Yep, so that's just going to be a flat 6 into Bill. After the Pierce, of course. So... That's...
yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, you're up on points. Like, there's no reason... I know it's tempting to, like, throw that thing into Skull and bash him, but there's no reason to just feed that guy to Malekith. Just hang back and make him double move.
I mean, he might have underestimated the movement range, but... I was just thinking, like... It looked like he only had a single move to get to Red Skull, and just... I'm just a big proponent of just throwing him backwards. And then you move to the back side of that point, and does that save him from Malekith? Yeah, it would have. Absolutely.
He was probably thinking, like, with Winging It, I can probably do 1 damage to Skull here. But, unfortunately, Red Skull rolled, like, 4 blocks on 4 guys, so...
Yeah. Well, all that for Lukas to only score a point.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big time.
Yeah, but Diom's taking a lot of damage to score that 8, so he's got 2 flipped models, 2 characters that are probably like 1 attack with him being flipped. He's burned
so
most of his defense cards.
Was able to get through that without anybody getting pushed, though, so...
Wow. So we had all the pushes and then no pushes.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Winging It, Thanos, Bill, and Star-Lord. Surprised we don't see one on Rocket. I don't know if he's within range 2 of Groot.
Diom still does have Cryo here. Now the question is, again, another tough call of who to activate. Yeah, I like this with Bill because he's been flipped. Star-Lord is still healthy.
Yeah, so Lucas had burnt brace on that truck.
Yep.
So
And this is, I believe this is,
this
what's
is
it called?
God
Giant
Hunter.
Killer?
God Hunter.
God Hunter? Titan Killer is Draz's.
So that'll be a
attack.
9 dice energy. So that's 3 crits for Bill, which is gonna fix this for him. So that's 7 into Malekith, and he got his trigger.
He might get Malekith right here. He
So
might get them both.
That's gonna throw Malekith into Red Skull.
God, that trigger, that's so huge.
Yep, and it's just hit crit wild.
He's gonna wing it.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the one shot. It looks like.
So he's got 7. Malekith's taking 5 right now. Got 1 more, so he's gonna take 6.
And the throw.
I think that was a mistake. Because I would have God Hunted again. Or would I have? How much does it cost? 4?
3. It's only 3.
Well, he doesn't have the power to do God Hunter and the throw.
But he does have the power to summon the storm.
Yeah.
So Red Skull going to be rolling for his life here. Strong chance that Red Skull survives from this.
Oh, I thought Malekith didn't fly for a sec, but I remembered he has so much text I had to put under his freaking picture.
So yeah, he does fly. Bill is very good into Malekith.
Yeah, Bill loves the Malekith matchup. He does. I said maybe Gamora would have been better, but after this turn, I flip-flopped again.
Well, I thought we'd see a little bit more of a traditional X-Men look. I think Red Skull made a lot of sense. I'm kind of surprised by Malekith. For me, where's my Logan at? I think Logan loves these shapes. What are we trying to figure out here, gents? Oh, change my stream title. Yeah, I probably should, huh? It's real amateur hour here.
2 different accounts have offered you promotion of your channel, and they both claim that their price is lower than any other competitor. So one of those accounts is lying.
What if
Just want
they
to point that out.
just outbid each other down to 0?
Hit them up and find out if they'll do that.
I feel like I don't need promotion.
So this was the second God Hunter, and this is what I was saying. Maybe he should have saved winging it because
he just whiffed.
2 here would have got the crit, would have got the trigger.
I think I just would have done the summon the storm. That way I have enough to get the automatic throw.
I concur. Do the summon storm for 2.
I mean, sure, it leaves him on 0 power again.
Leaves him on 0, but it's worth it to daze Malekith.
So now Malekith is not dazed.
What the hell happened with the throw? Did you forget to throw him?
So Red Skull,
They did not. I didn't catch it.
Throw?
It's a must.
Is it a must or a may?
It's a must.
Hurl after the attacker resolve, throw the target character M.
Oh, Red Skull flipped his armor, so he doesn't suffer collision damage. Thank you,
okay.
Gox.
Yeah, people are
That was a...
So Malekith is now just devastating somebody. So 4, 9, 12.
What? What?
He exploded 3
Zero?
failures.
Wow.
So
That was a spender too.
yeah, whoever that is dead.
Not having a good time.
Or gonna wish that they were dead. But I don't see any world where anything lives from that. So if you're gonna ever play Recalibration Matrix, maybe this is the time to do it. Yep.
I mean, it's still a gazillion dice.
Yeah.
7?
7. So 4, 7.
With the Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it. That wasn't just Nanos. I just want to say real quick, I think that was a really nice sneaky play from Lukas, flipping his Leviathan to null field.
Yeah.
Because there's no Mystic, but he did it in anticipation of Bill throwing Mal into Red Skull. I don't think most players would have done that there, and I think that was a sneaky good play.
I mean, he might end up getting punished for it pretty bad, but I think it's a great way to guarantee his activation, if nothing else. And again, Malekith just, the singular attack, placing and then calling it a turn, it looks like. Why didn't he attack again?
I think he just moved and then spendered.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a range 3. Yeah, so he moved and spendered. Okay, well. He could have...
He could have ferocity into Groot, and then
yeah, I would say just ferocity into Groot, throw Groot into Thanos, and then whatever you need to get done off of that. At least you have power left. But oh well. Because I mean, you're gonna do damage to Groot, so that spender is going to be online anyhow, and Groot's already sitting on plenty of power to do whatever he wants, basically, so...
This is tough. Tough spot to be for Diom.
Yeah. Not being able to see that damage go into Red Skull is a disappointment. Not getting Mal there, I think. I mean, summon the storm into him and then throw him into the grunts. I mean, you could even summon the storm twice.
He's thinking about duo here, and you know what? It might be worth it since Red Skull changed his defense to Mystic.
2 attacks into Red Skull, yeah. Yeah, and he can't swap over, so...
Yeah, you go build a spender into him, you might get him.
I mean, he's going to have cover, and it's still 5 damage.
Yeah, you'd love if he had winging it, but...
Or if Thanos is around for Death's Decree.
Or if Thanos had Death's Decree, yep.
Alright, so first attack, he's hitting for 3 Red Skulls, rolling in 2 crits.
Double failure. Right. So well, I'll take 1. Okay. Oh, that was into Badger.
Oh, okay. Well...
Oh, they sent for duo off the rip, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, do you go Grunts or Storm here? I think Grunts.
Going into another 2 defense, so...
So it's Grunts or Red Skull. Another whiff from Rocket.
So that's going to be cover. And
Well, I
here comes your
think
fire.
Badger tanked that.
And this is going into 4, so this is Storm.
No, this isn't a Malekith.
Or Malekith, oh, okay. And he's blocking 3 and then having
man.
cover. I don't know why
Yep.
you'd shoot Malekith.
That was a pretty bad duo. He only got like 5 hits or 6 hits with 15 dice, and he doesn't have the power now for this Fender. Oof.
No, I mean, he did 1 damage on that whole entire sequence. I mean, it can happen against Storm Xmen, but yeah.
And there's 4.
So you got
Only
2
1.
blocks.
I was into Badger. Did he get Badger? He did. Okay, I take that.
Oh, yep, Badger's not going to have cover.
That's big. I mean, I mean it is. She was in a spot where Groot might survive a double attack from Red Skull.
I mean, he's also going to have to take on a 4 dice attack from the grunts.
True.
So it's going to be, what, 12, 16 dice?
Rocket gets pushed. I don't even think Diom really cares. It's like, if you want to attack Rocket, go ahead. He's healthy. I think he's more concerned about keeping Groot alive. But if
Why is Rocket getting pushed?
picked up a scroll.
Oh, from Thanos.
So Lukas gonna go after Star-Lord.
I think that he's gone here, so that's 3 coming in from her, so Plucky Attitude immediately. I don't know why I put a Wing in It token on Star-Lord. He could have used it
I was just
Rocket.
gonna say that, like, yeah, probably would have been better served on Groot or Rocket.
So yeah, he's going to use the Wing in It there now. So blocking 2, so it takes 1, and here comes your rapid fire. So yeah, this is a gone Star-Lord. Oh, 3 blanks, and he got a crit for Star-Lord, so he's going to be okay. So, going to do it again. Pistols. Coming in for 2. He did get the rapid fire, so it doesn't matter if Star-Lord Plucky Attitude's at because he rolled a failure. So that's Star-Lord. So he's going to drop that. Domino's immediately going to pick it up. She's going to roll. And get a crit. And get push.
No push.
No push.
That would have been big if she had got pushed for Diom.
Yeah, it would have. Because you're in that kind of magical world where she's going to score 2 points by herself, and nothing you can do about it. Yeah, this is the round that Lukas really needed, scoring wise. I don't think Rocket's holding on to that scroll through the end of the round.
What do you do for Groot?
All of his TTCs are gone. If I'm playing Red Skull, I mean, yeah, I probably just do my regular attack and then a Hydra Assault. And they legitimately, if they Hydra Assault, I mean, they've got a chance the grunts to take down Rocket by themselves.
You can't Hydra Assault because they get KO and they have to go first, so you won't be able to hop with Red Skull if you did that. I might have, just walked and rooted Red Skull and then walked back onto my back vault.
I mean, Root barely does anything to him.
That's not true, because he doesn't generate power very well, and those gauntlets cost 2, and if you can shut down those gauntlets, he's not nearly as scary offensively, and he's gonna roll for the scroll and maybe get pushed, but it's like it's 1 point either way, unless he's gonna grab it and try to get back, which he does have a pretty good chance to not get pushed. I think I like that actually. Just grab the scroll and walk back onto your vault. But I think he walked a little bit further than he needed to.
Storm is injured, so she can break that scoring with Groot. So he got a wild, so he will not get pushed. But if I'm Storm, I just walk back onto my own point.
I think so. You don't want to risk losing that leadership, I don't think. He's going to attack the troopers.
Yeah. I mean, it might stop them from
I don't know.
double attacking him.
They have cover. Like, you basically have to get 4 hits here to get them.
So blocking 1.
That's not going to do it.
Nope. So they'll take 2.
What?
Were they not within cover?
They were definitely had cover.
I don't know, man.
But cover is optional, though, so...
Well, guess there's no accusering necessary.
And he's going to root storm. That's not that big a deal. Storm's going to spend 4. This is probably Eye of the Storm. Yep. And probably the energy. Oh, she got 5 with the wild. Groot only blocks 1. Ouch.
It's gonna leave a mark.
Oh, that was her beam. Okay. Oh, yeah. Going into Rocket and Groot. Not bad.
Yeah, going into the bodyguard first is always what you want to do.
And Rocket's going to take it.
You don't have a choice, really. I mean...
Oh, that's brutal.
4 there. I know, I mean... Storm doesn't have power she needs. Unless
She's got the 1 power. Oh, she's got the 1 power figured out.
Oh, because of the beam. Yeah. No push. Typical rogue fashion, she's just gonna opt to run away. No activations left for, man, just put him out there and just let him kill Groot.
Yep. Nice play. Puts them on the point. Gets a hop off them. This will certainly... Don't even need to do the... Well, he's gonna... All-consuming obsession. I don't think he even needed to, really, because he's got 2 attacks, but that'll get Groot. Probably just attack Bill here.
take Red Skull's power. Yep, so he's going to spend the 2 now. Yeah. So he's going to spend 2 to do the attack, get the gainer, pick it up. So that's a crit that he's going to be rolling in there.
Oh, man.
Bill is refusing to defend himself. So that is 6 hits, or 6 successes for Red Skull.
One-shot Bill. Damn.
Yeah, nothing Bill can do.
Yeah. I feel like Lukas has had the parity advantage for sure in this game.
Well,
Played
yeah,
well, but
he's one-shot Bill twice, which is bizarre. Had, some big attacks going into Thanos. But I don't think that his dice have been overwhelmingly good.
It's been, like, absurd, but
Yeah,
I think
they've been better, but he's also made a lot more attacks than his opponent, to be
True.
fair.
Yep.
And so I feel like, typically if that's the game plan that you're going to find yourself playing in, especially when you've put yourself in so much of a scoring hole, that's really what you got to do. You have to create action economy, and you have to get busy offensively. And so I think that with the amount of attacks, with everybody for the most part double attacking, with the exception of Honey Badger, or at least having the option to double attack, that's what you need to be doing to get yourself back in this game. And some spikes are going to happen if you throw enough dice out there often enough. Now, if you're looking at this Guardians Thanos team, you got no more cosmic portals. I don't think he's used Death Decree once this game.
He hasn't.
Which has been really interesting. It's just felt weird to see this kind of happening to this Guardians team, to where they've just been so displaced from picking up these cores and being so kind of spread out. It's a situation where it's like, I think if you're a Guardians team, this is why you don't like D's and why I don't like him in my list. But if I've got a Thanos,
that spread out though. I mean, Star-Lord's been over there. The rest have kind of been.
Well, Star-Lord and Bill have been completely on the flank, and
well, Bill got pushed. The big thing is that
for 2 rounds, Thanos was over on the left flank.
The big thing is that Thanos hasn't had power to do it.
But he's also spent his time on the left flank. He hasn't been up in the mix in the middle of the board.
This is rocket shooting Skull? No.
So that was 8
Storm?
dice.
Malekith.
Malekith, yeah.
Got Malekith. That's huge. I was just thinking, it seems like a bit of a waste of an activation with Thanos to just dunk on, to just finish off Malekith. So that's huge for Rocket to get that. Your big boy still gets an activation.
And he's going to move Honey Badger off of Thanos using the trigger on Hadron.
Very nice.
So that's going to help out Thanos a lot there. And yeah, smart choice. I agree with that. Just let Rocket do the dirty work. He's not scoring any points. So just let him go nuts. So Thanos is spinning for Death Decree here. Looks like he's just going to opt to put it into Red Skull. So he's flipped back over to his energy. So it's going to be a 9 dice attack from Rocket. And he's got 5 successes. I think he's immediately... So he's going to have to resolve that crit first on the Skull side. Okay.
Blocking 3, taking 2.
He's only blocking, 3 because of cover.
I'll have to get both Wingnets here to get him.
I mean, I think you got to. What else are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Oh. That would have been monumental if he got that.
Yeah.
And that would have completely shut down Lucas's I mean, all he would have had is Domino and
no
Storm, and that was
offense.
it.
So if I'm Lucas, I think I'm just going to immediately lead off with Domino and just try to just get Star-Lord.
You can. If you do that, Red Skull's not going to get to activate this turn.
I think it's worth it. Because Domino's going to score you 2 points.
Star-Lord could. You never know.
So yeah, it looks like what's going on here. Domino.
Ooh, okay, never mind. This is their spender.
Yep, lucky shot.
That's pretty good. Got 5. Star-Lord gonna plucky. Takes
Block
4.
1, take 4. Yeah, he's dead. He's only got 1 health left.
It could happen.
I mean...
Do you spend her again here? Or do you...
No, if I'm beyond, it's just pistoling it.
I mean, if you don't get the rapid fire, this is risky. Yep, got it.
Yeah, he's dead. Well, I mean, he's got the plucky.
No.
No, yeah, he's dead. That's 4. Nothing you can do about that. Even it comes back and re-rolls 3 blocks.
It's only 77.5% chance to get the rapid fire, even with probability manipulator. To only do 1 damage, I think the safe smart play would have been to spend the 3 and just do the spender again.
How much power is she on? Oh, yeah.
She was at 5.
Okay, yeah, well then, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not like she does anything with her power anyhow.
Yeah, once she's like at like 3, she's fine, really.
Yeah, she pretty much stays there.
Does she get pushed? Or no, this is Thanos picking up a scroll.
And he does not get pushed. So Thanos gonna have to do some hero ball here.
I mean, this has got to be just hop, pull, and skull, and smash. There's really no other reason to do anything else.
Well,
maybe he's
he
thinking...
could pull in skull, and then...
He's thinking, can I get... I think you pull in skull, builder... Yeah. Builder into skull, spender into badger.
Yeah, and if you don't get badger, just have her, and then you can maybe Cosmic Portal Rocket back behind, or I don't think he's going to make it on the other side of that tractor. Now that I
look at it. Spender into skull. Interesting.
Yeah, so he's coming in with 8 dice, or not 8 dice. Oh, big whiff for poor Thanos.
You have to get both on the winging it again.
I mean, you got to go for... No. All right, coming in with the builder.
Wow. No, this can't be the builder. It's range 3.
Yeah.
Well, he'll get him.
Oh, geez, 5. Yeah.
I am really surprised that he just keeps doing the spender. I don't really get it.
I don't really care for it personally.
I feel like it's the thing that you do when you just like have all the power for days, and you can get the 8 dice. Otherwise,
well, I mean, here we are again with Thanos on 0 power.
Yeah,
this has been one of the most underpowered
not that
Thanoses.
It won't matter much this turn, but
it's gonna matter next turn when he's only given out Death Decree once all game.
Yeah, but I mean, he'll start with 3. So Badger's gonna walk. A double walk?
Yeah, be within range of Thanos. No point in giving him power this turn if you're not going to daze him. So just get yourself within range of Thanos and then get ready to potentially be able to attack Rocket next round. So Storm into Rocket. Coming in with a 4 dice attack. I think that's energy. Rocket is blocking 1 due to his innate cover ability. So he'll take one.
Just be big. Rocket can live here.
Looks like he's got a good shot.
You will.
Yeah, blocking 2, takes 0.
Did get shocked, but that's big to have him live. And that is round.
Yeah, so he's going to have 3 there as he's kind of identifying just off of the portals, and then 2 more, so that should put him up to 15.
How do you pull this out if you're Diom here? I don't know if there is much way to do it.
I mean, I guess the thing that I would do is I'd probably start off with Rocket, because if you don't activate him, he's probably not going to be able to activate. And I think you need to pray that Rocket gets rid of Red Skull, and then Thanos can survive Malekith.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way. I think that's probably it. I didn't realize Luke had accrued so many points. I thought that Diom was still ahead, but
no. I mean, Diom since round 2 has only scored 1 point.
Man.
It's the old X-Men saying, like, once you see Storm come up and start making attacks, you know they're about to start going hard. What in the world is that? Maybe some spite rolling into Storm here. Nope, into Badger. Yeah, she's dead. And he did that energy attack again. So now he's got the builder coming out, and it's hitting for 5, so that's pretty good. But some pretty nanners defense there. So if it wasn't over before, I think it's looking pretty unlikely now. I mean, Thanos only generated 1 power off of that. So Malekith right there is spending 5? What does he have that's 5 power? Alright, that's 6 coming in from Malekith. And off he goes. Just going to take Red Skull, double move him. And that's ball game.
So, did they not go far enough nerfing Malekith?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
I
it
don't
was...
know. It's crazy that he's still this good. I mean, Thanos is still awesome too. I still know, for my money, I still think Thanos is better. I might be wrong, but they're both still. I think they're both certainly still S tier models. For Malekith to win on this setup, like D's, I've always told were death for Malekith. And it's not like the extract is like researcher, it was scrolls. It's like spread out single extract as well. So
I don't know that it's
Man.
that bad for him. I feel like you just have to play a flank, but these guys kind of got into this kind of fencing match over the middle, and honestly, I think if you're going to do that, I think it favors the Storm team, just because the way the leadership works. It
Well,
opens
I
up their
will. I
action
mean,
economy and it opens up their defense.
I think Xmen is almost always favored into Guardians.
I
It's
think it
just
would
it's just that
depend
matchup.
on the Guardians list that you're running,
Well,
though.
yes, if you have like Bill and Agent Venom, they can
Right.
counteract a lot of what Xmen
Because
does.
we're playing this at what, 16 or whatever?
This is
Or no,
20.
20. So,
I don't
like,
think
my
Diom
Guardians
has.
list, for example, I can
Yep.
run, Star-Lord, Bill, Agent Venom, Rogue, Drax, and Nebula at 20.
Yeah. I don't believe
And
he
I
has
have no
Venom though.
concerns about cover at that point. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have Agent Venom, and
Yeah.
I don't even. And so this is, I think, done a better job of illustrating some of my concerns with the Thanos Guardians, in that they've ran into a tough matchup on a tough crisis, into a team that is uniquely equipped to dealing with them on a setup like this. So it was looking really positive for Diomlord at the beginning of this, despite a lot of those rolls really not going his way as far as the scrolls, right? And he had some really horrible things happening with him from a placement standpoint with Groot, and I think I agree with you on maybe using that "We Are Groot" a little bit too early. I'd come back to haunt him. I think the fallback timing was actually pretty good. But on the other side of things, if you look at the other things that were kind of done there on that turn one, bringing up Star-Lord immediately and allowing him to get incinerated on turn one. If he waits, that doesn't happen, right? And so I think it opens up a little bit more scoring opportunity for him. Or what I actually prefer to do, if I'm in a situation where I'm running a Rocket and Groot on these D shapes, is I'll put them out on a flank rather than having them in the back. I think that they end up becoming stagnant and stuck if you leave them in the middle of the board, or if you deploy them in the center of the board, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I don't know that it ever looked good for Dion. Like just immediately just everyone gets pushed. Like it's tough to overcome that
It looked
early
good from a
variant.
scoring standpoint, and he did what he could to try to get the game plan that I think that he had in mind to try to work. Um, and like I was saying, I think it was it was about getting that extract parity and trying to make this team come and play into him. Whether or not he expected a Malekith is one thing, but I know I didn't. I think Red Skull is. I think that's kind of a given, but I did not expect a Malekith on
Lucas wants to
Lucas's
know if you
team.
want to ask him any questions or either of them.
Yeah, I think we can pop in over there. I'm going to check out chat. Do you guys have any questions for these guys? Let's see here. All right. Well, looks like folks are kind of chilling out on that. All right, I'm gonna go pop into chat with these guys. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey,
Hello.
How you guys holding up?
That was pretty cool. That was pretty crazy game. I think I turned the tables in the middle when I get that double beam off of Storm, and she dazed Rocket. That was huge, but it was pretty wild. I was not expecting to be down in points on round one playing Xmen, but when I clawed it back in the middle of the game, that 7 point round was huge.
Well, I think part of the help might have been some of the really unfortunate scroll rolls that
Oh
that Mr.
yeah,
Diomlord was having.
yeah. We were just saying that he missed. I think he missed all of them round one, and he picked up 3 scrolls.
Yeah, and then
Jeez.
he ended up having people getting pushed by the portals on round two. Like as soon as it was happening, it was just not ideal. And then your kind of crafty play of being able to set up your Malekith where he has to get pushed, but congratulations, you
Yeah,
can't go backwards, so you can only push him forwards or sideways. Like
yeah.
those are
We forgot about it, but Diomlord, like I just mentioned it, forgot about it, and he said just
yeah,
roll it,
yeah.
and we rolled it. So I appreciate that. But I think that even if I did, I mean, I'm not expecting it. I'm not playing the game to get the roll, and I would have just played it R&D, and I would have just got a charge off
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something. But yeah, yeah, I like this 20 threat team a lot. It's pretty freaking sweet because I get to bring like two amazing characters, and then I get like just a few X-Men, but like the two amazing characters, and they're so sick in X-Men because they get the extra mobility from the hop if they need it, and they also get cover, which is so sick on these guys.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting list. I played against a version of it, um, and I didn't enjoy it particularly. I made the mistake of playing that list at 15 on sword, and at a bad time. Uh, the the grunts, Malekith and Mystique at 15 on sword is not fun. I actually had a question for Diomlord. Congratulations on making it this far, man. I haven't. I don't think I've seen you around too much. So, obviously piloting the Thanos Guardians list, it's got a lot of legs. Every single time I see somebody play the Thanos Guardians list, they kind of do things that always surprise me, and I feel like I get surprised because I'm not a very good Thanos Guardians guy. And so when I'm trying to kind of figure out your game plan, I am looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, boy, we've got that Star-Lord Rocket Groot core that's coming up with that 16. Was the plan to just try early game to create an extract parity pretty much almost at all costs so that maybe you could back up and make them play into you?
Yeah, exactly. Because the also I guess X-Men in particular, but
Mm-hmm.
always you like want to have the opponent come to you.
Yeah.
Because like with Rocket and Groot could be a problem to move, but also in general all the Guardians are not very they are not good mobility.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
Right.
Gamora, but yeah, you like if you don't want to go too much under points. If you can go up, it's also better because you can just wait for the opponent to come and then you can retaliate on him.
Yeah, so kind of going back to round one, I was looking at that. You noticed, that you brought Star-Lord up first. Um, do you regret bringing him up first? And maybe you could have done that with Bill, or what was the thought process there?
Yeah, no, on positioning the characters, I had the doubt at the start if I wanted like Star-Lord on the back point
Mm.
and Rocket and Groot on one side.
Mm.
Then I choose to like to have better to can react to the opponent positioning. I choose to put Groot and Rocket before
Right.
because
Yeah.
yeah when I put one of them, the opponent knows that two of them are going there,
Right.
So I had the priority, so I put Groot before in the middle, and I try to choose to stay in the middle, so a little back with two of my pieces. At that point, I have to risk going
Out to the flanks with Star-Lord. Yeah.
yeah, to get the scrolls, so I can maybe later get back with Star-Lord and bring the action to Rocket and Groot.
Yeah. So the reason you went out with them before grabbing one with Bill or something was because you just didn't want to let Domino grab it.
Yeah, and yes, and also because the other side was really dangerous for Red Skull.
Mhm.
So usually, if I had a Red Skull in front of me on the side, I just leave them the extra.
Okay.
If I don't have something like ice on
So
the
yeah, I
eye.
was worried about the Red Skull. That makes sense.
Yeah, the problem was like that. Yeah, you were saying like I failed all the first three roll on the extract,
Yeah, you got pushed everywhere.
and yeah, because Star-Lord is quite manageable, but the Groot, the fail of Groot, then forced me to go with Thanos to try to get Groot a little back. Also, Thanos fail.
And
For
he
the
got
Thanos
pushed
fail,
forward. Yeah.
yeah, I can't get him outside of the range of Rascal, so he could attack me 2 times on the first round, and yeah, also with Thanos, also the skull is good on the roll. So I was hoping to don't get moved with Thanos.
Yeah. I mean, you got a little bit fortunate with the Malekith push happening, in around, I think it was 2 or 3 that kind of sent him back to like the board edge. But yeah, basically once he was able to get across the board, it was just time for him to get back to work. Which kind of leads me into, I guess, my question for Lucas is, I had felt that there was a good strong possibility where, of course, we're going to see the X-Men leadership. I did not anticipate seeing a Malekith coming out at this threat level. I was like, I just thought we'd see more of like the X-Men swarm type thing, but I guess like
Yeah.
against like a Guardians where I think if you've played against these Thanos Guardians teams a bit, like that 16-point Star-Lord Rocket Groot is their safe space. It's something that they really like into most any matchup. I felt that was coming, and then it was just, am I going to see Gamora or Bill, after that? So
Exactly. Yeah. I um I just I mean like this Malekith, I like the list I have because I can play a pure scenario team like you're talking about, and just like
mm-hmm.
basically not try to avoid dying as much as possible. And then I have the Cabal side, which is like super attrition, but I like to mix it up and include characters from both. Red Skull obviously was a huge deal like a few months ago with the X-Men Red, and so he obviously, because he's such a great piece in X-Men. You probably saw a lot of great things here because like he just put like 5 damage on Thanos round one. That was obscene, but just like this is sweet specifically because I can use the hop on Skull and I can use Malekith's charge. So even if they had a Eyes on the Prize play here, I could still hit Bill if I wanted to on either flank because of the threat range these characters have. And Malekith is just good in X-Men because of the cover. I lose Dark Reign, which can just totally whiff and then your day is ruined. So I was looking for like the key moment to flip Thanos. Once I put a few points of damage on him, and I guess that's perfect for the situation here because my characters can tank a little bit better because of the cover. Yeah, I mean both these characters benefit tremendously from X-Men, so having them both in the list together was sweet. I think the only thing that I was kind of like wishy-washy on was if I included Beast or Domino, because Beast could have grabbed that middle scroll and retreated back.
Mm-hmm.
But Domino I was like brought her because the combination of Domino and Honey Badger into Thanos would probably prompt Thanos to activate earlier than he wants to, which would then which would make it easier for my characters to like hold down their secures and it's just because Thanos can change the board state so easily. If he goes first, then I have a much clearer picture of what the end of the round would look like. And so that was the idea of bringing Domino. I knew that doing that, I was kind of sacrificing the extracts early on, and I did get super lucky on the rolls. So I guess I just like made the best of that situation. But yeah, I'm digging this list. It's pretty sweet, and it's crazy that I made it this far.
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, I think you've made cuts several times and typically do well in a lot of tournaments that you play at. So it's not probably a huge surprise to me. Probably not a very big surprise to many. So, you did have a little bit more favorable dice, but I don't think it was egregious. There were definitely some good moments though, and you got them when you needed it. But
yeah, the double one shot on Bill, that's kind of obscene. Like that should
the
not
first
have happened,
one
but...
was really disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah. To get the double whammy, to get the Red Skull double whammy, where he hits Groot or he hits Bill and then he hits Groot, like that was insane.
But there's a couple of things that I think you probably deserve a little bit more credit for. Like Blair and I didn't initially catch it, but somebody had pointed it out in chat where I think that you kind of had correctly identified that Malekith is going to get thrown into my Red Skull, so
I switched forms. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that right there is one of the more cagey things that I think a lot of people probably. It's the small things like that, like saving that incoming damage. I think I might have been questioning about whether or not you really even want to burn Brace on that particular piece of terrain. And I was thinking to myself, knowing that Malekith is about to come in, but obviously you were thinking ahead. So
yeah,
those are the cool little things right there, because if you don't make that play, the potential looks a lot worse. Now, on the flip side of things, it does open you up to the fact that Deadly Duo was alive and well, and he did get 3 shots off, and 2 of them into 2 people with only 2 defensive dice against that, and got a total of 1 damage through on 15 dice.
That Deadly Duo was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it was a bit of a deadly dud. I don't know about a lot, but I could easily see 2 to 3 damage getting through on those 2 dice models, even with cover. I think there was also maybe a moment where Groot had attacked into one of the Xmen character, and they should have had cover, but I think you took them out. But
I might have forgot cover. I mean, I do that when because I'm like half playing Xmen. All right.
yeah, but yeah, for the most part, like I think it was a fairly clean game. I don't know that there was anything that Blair had maybe felt the need to jump in on. There was, I think, one thing that we were trying to figure out, and it was the throw, and it was like, wait, did they not roll for this? Like, what's going on here? And it's like, oh, yeah, the null field. Yeah, okay. So yeah, good stuff, guys. I'm kind of bummed, if my match goes well on Saturday, if Pat's match goes well, we could have had 3 Guardians teams in the top 4, but
no, dude, get to the finals, and I'll beat 3 Guardians teams in a row. You watch.
Honestly, I think out of all the lists that exist, the one that I probably don't want to deal with is actually yours.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. I said it at the beginning of the season. It's like I got to build a list to beat Pat, and by proxy, ideally it's the best list in the game. So yeah, but we'll see. I go against Pat or Andrew in next, and I more prep to do basically.
Yeah, I think I think your list is uniquely well suited for what's to come. I was talking with Blair about this, but I was like, if he comes out with this 20 against like my list, like my Guardians are drastically different looking at that threat level than somebody else. Like I would probably end up running something like Star-Lord, Bill, Agent Venom, Rogue, Drax, and Nebula. So literally zero range.
Yeah, the
So-
prep against a Thanos list versus a non-Thanos list is drastically different.
Yeah.
I have to approach it completely differently.
Yeah, it's something to kind of think about there, because I know the Thanos Guardian stuff is all the rage, but I think you lose a lot of flexibility. And I kind of guessed at this Diomlord, but I'm like, do you feel like your list kind of this was just a bad matchup? Like, I think it was a bad crisis and a bad matchup.
No, yeah, the worst thing was like the 20.
Yeah.
Because, with the other two extract,
Mm-hmm.
it would be better. Because like with book on 18, I can go with Bill can like eyes on the prize on the book in the middle.
Yep.
And come back, and also 15. I don't know. Me, I think.
I think 15 would be way worse for you.
Yeah, because probably I will go
It'd probably be
Thanos, Star-Lord,
Researcher
and Bill
Yeah, and he'd be running
against
Malekith, Red Skull, and like, do you have Mystique?
maybe, or someone.
And that would just be a bad time, because the best way to deal with Malekith, at least in my opinion, is to go wider than him. And if you don't have the ability to do that, then he just deletes out, your key models one at a time, and there's just nothing you can do. But if you make him attack Rocket and Groot or Nebula or a bunch of other people, feels a little better when he's only taking out 2 threats.
Yeah.
Instead of 4 and 5 and 6 threats. Or if you can make him waste time on Ghost Rider, that's always fun. Yeah, no, great stuff, man, and it's good to see. I think you're the first player out of Italy I've seen here in Top Cut, man. So congratulations there, and this is a super competitive tournament. You've done extraordinarily well, so congratulations on a great season, man. Lukas, congratulations in moving on. I think I'm about getting ready to sign out. Blair, you still around? You got anything to say? You gonna chime in at any point? He's either muted or deaf. I got no idea. So,
all right, thanks for streaming.
Yeah, no, I gave it the old college try. For some reason, I was thinking this would be like 7 o'clock Pacific in my mind, and then I'm like, wait a minute, these guys are from Europe and the East Coast. Like, why would they play at 7 o'clock Pacific? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, so, but here we are, right? So, we kind of, we put it together. So,
yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, thank you for the streaming. And good luck to Lukas for the semifinal.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
catch you guys later.
It's going to be really cool. Hopefully, you get some more vengeance on these bully Thanos Guardians teams.
I'll do it for the good of the community.
For the good of the world. We got to take down Plot Armor Pat. All right.
All right. See you later, man.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right, so yeah, that wraps up everything. Want to thank anybody that was tuning in or anything like that. I will get these things exported over to YouTube. I'll share the links once I do that. But yeah, so goes another episode of the old Barncast. Big thanks to my partner Blair Bunky, who, if it wasn't for him, wouldn't even be in this game, and if it wasn't for him, wouldn't have had co-commentary here, and if it wasn't for him, probably wouldn't have had us doing any sort of commentary, and he's just been super consistent on this all season. So, yeah, really, really interesting match. I think there was a lot of moments where there was a bit of swing and could have gone almost either way. I really liked Diomlord's plan at the beginning. I think that was his shot. So he shot a shot. It just, didn't quite work out. So big props over to Lukas for knowing when to turn on that attrition, when to come in, and how to do that, right? But it always starts out with, like, when Storm kind of comes in there. As soon as Storm takes a shot, that's when Xmen are going to start swinging. So good times, folks. This is Barncat signing out of the Barncast. Goodbye on behalf of Blair. Cheers, everybody.